Hi, guys, and welcome. We're going to be talking about the solar eclipse in Taurus. So, we cannot just focus on this solar eclipse without knowing that there's a full moon eclipse coming in a couple of weeks, right? It's like, beware. But what's the good news about this? That one eclipse, the full moon eclipse in Scorpio, is about letting go, letting things go from our lives so that we can make space for new things. And this solar eclipse in Taurus, which is a new moon, super powerful new moon, is sort of like helping us create something new. But in order for something new to grow in our lives, we need to let go of something that was causing us harm. Because this week, also with the solar eclipse in Taurus, we've had activators of the full moon eclipse in Scorpio, which is about feeling very sensitive, letting go of things that make us feel a lot. It's almost like it's helping us let go of things that we needed to let go for a long time, but we couldn't. We were like holding on very tight to that because we were very scared of what could happen if I let go of that, right? So we cannot just focus on the solar eclipse again without focusing on the full moon eclipse, right? So let's see what this balance in our life looks like. Let's focus into seeing what new is starting in our lives and what are those things that we're almost like forced to let go, because I'm very sure that this month of April, there were a lot of endings, a lot of finales, a lot of closures. But there are also a lot of openings, a lot of new things coming into your lives, like things that you're like, wow, this was one of my dreams and I didn't even know it, right? But what happens close to eclipses? Close to eclipses, we're sort of like blinded. And especially right now, we have so much Pisces energy. We've had so much Pisces energy, especially since February. But Pisces creates this sort of like higher state, higher realm, ideals, visions, and it's very like blinding because it makes our reality very foggy. So imagine that fog plus being so close to eclipses, like especially now we are under the energy of the eclipse in Taurus, where the sun is eclipsed, our vital energy gets eclipsed, our light gets eclipsed. So imagine that Pisces energy that gives us fog plus eclipse season that blinds our lights. And it's like, how can we see? How can we see clearly? That's why it's very important that in like around these times, we don't make any big decisions, especially not financial decisions. Probably a lot of people are making a lot of decisions when it comes to love because it's inevitable. We're feeling so much, we can't help it, right? But it's important to not make any final decisions that we could just like, I don't know, feel a little weird about them later. Because right now we have no clarity whatsoever. And it's not a time to decide. It's a time to flow. It's a time to go within, to really nurture that shadow inside of us. Because in eclipse, we take care of the darkness. We are under darkness. We're in dark times. And it's about going within and being like, befriending your own darkness, especially because we're headed to the full moon eclipse in Scorpio. Scorpio is already the most intense energy in the zodiac sign. And a full moon eclipse is one of the most intense astrological events that we have. The difference here is that the solar eclipse, it's a partial solar eclipse, this eclipse in Taurus. So, and even though it takes place with Uranus, which is like radical changes, life changes, like our life, especially if we have Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius energy, our whole lives are going to be shifting completely radically. But the thing with the solar eclipse, this solar eclipse in particular, since it's partial, we're sort of like seeing kind of like, okay, I can prepare for this. It's not something that's like completely out of the blue. Like it's not going to be like, oh, I did not expect this at all. No, we sort of like see it coming. But with a full moon eclipse in Scorpio, it's a total full moon eclipse. So it's going to feel very intense. I'm sorry, would like to give you good news, but it's very intense. but we're all feeling this. We're all part of the same boat. And there has been so much Pisces energy that we're feeling hypersensitive. So there's so many people right now that are going to be living like their wildest dreams, their biggest moment, their biggest dreams come true. And there are going to be other people who are like crushed because they can't handle so much emotion. So it's a very good time to help others process emotions, because especially people who have a lot of water or people who don't have any water in their charts, they might be feeling things that they just don't know how to handle. So especially close to this full moon eclipse in Scorpio, it's going to be a very beautiful time to help others feel, to help others let go of very intense emotions, really let go of the toxicity that is in our lives with the help of others. So it's going to be a beautiful time to do therapy, a beautiful time to go digger into your unconscious. Then this solar eclipse in Taurus, however, is very, very positive. I know the full moon eclipse in Scorpio is coming after, and that can be like a little annoying, right? But just see it all as one package. We're letting go of something so that something new and much more beautiful can start in our lives. But this doesn't mean that we're going to be seeing that thing bloom in our lives right now, because close to eclipses, the energy gets eclipsed. So we might be feeling very weird, very strange, very misplaced. We might be having a lot of trouble eating, sleeping. Our bodies might be feeling weird, acting very weird, especially because the solar eclipse in Taurus takes place with Uranus. Next to Uranus, the planet of radical awakenings, the planet of electricity, the planet of uplifting consciousness. So we might be feeling very strange. It's a very big energy activator. So it shakes our worlds up. And it's a planet of changes. That's why we know with this solar eclipse in Taurus, a brand new life is starting for all of us. And it's bringing radical changes into our lives, but they're going to be changes that we are going to be ready for. It's like changes that we have been waiting for, kind of. So the solar eclipse in Taurus is ruled by Venus, because Taurus is a sign ruled by Venus. And for this event, for this solar eclipse, Venus is conjunct Jupiter. This is one of the most amazing planetary alignments that exists, because Venus is the planet of love, relationships, beauty, abundance. And Jupiter is the expansion of everything that it touches. So when it touches that need for love, for beauty, for romance, for relationships, it's what's going to be blooming. It's something beautiful. And they unite in the sign of Pisces, which is dreams, ether, our most dream reality, our most magical reality, right? It's very ethereal. But Pisces is a constellation that's been very shaken up this year. So it's something that's starting that requires for us to let go of something, of wash away a deep pain and a deep sense of victimism. So a lot of people might have been experiencing things where they feel a victim of, but it's the eclipse in Taurus wants us to be responsible of our own creation, especially because Taurus is a very practical sign. Wants safety, security, money, stability, coziness, love and nurture. That's it. It's not that complicated. So whatever it is that we're starting, we need to let go of something. We need to wash away a lot of emotions that are not going to be necessary. Because we want simple. We're going to want simple. This is the beginning of a cycle that's connected to things that are foreign relationships, starting new relationships with money, also new investments in foreign countries. It might have to do with also buying a house or situations that are Taurus, right? What is Taurus? Our body, relationship with pleasure, also our relationships with money, with finance, our also the way we feel in our body, the way we connect to our senses. How does our body feel? And how do we know how it feels? It's like having a much more deep connection with our bodies and being able to share that with another person too. It has to do also with the beginning of a new complete life or complete lifestyle. This has to do a lot with the beginning of new relationships. But again, it's not something that happens now. It's something that might start to bloom in, like, I would say a couple months at least. So it's big changes in things that give us safety. So it's like, if we consciously want to use this eclipse, start thinking or start feeling, what do you want to create for yourself as a new sense of safety? What do you now want to build in your life that makes you feel safe? Because especially close to the end of the year with the full moon eclipse in Taurus, we're going to be asked to cut with everything that was fake safety. So there's new, this solar eclipse, which is a new moon, a solar eclipse in Taurus, we are asked to like create a new sense of safety that does not rely on anyone else but yourself. So it's a very beautiful opportunity to get to know ourselves and give ourselves the nurture, the safety, the love, the tenderness, the caresses that we need, and watch for our finances, which are going to be shifting a lot. And we're going to have much more, let's say, much more beneficial opportunities to grow our finances. And a lot of people are going to be getting a lot of good news when it comes to money, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to work opportunities a lot, because Taurus gives us that safety that we need. And we need a change in our lives, don't we?